The time is nigh, open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up off the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mind.
Yes, family. This is the Recline Edition Monday night special. Reading in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Wazira Menen. Y'all already know, man. One perfect balance. Let me give you a little mic check earlier. Welcome to Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct and be not correct. Feel free to correct us. Tonight is the laid back edition. Okay, I know it's after 9. I almost didn't make it, really. But I have to discuss this DLP member briefing versus town hall meeting. I had to. I've seen one, I heard, and I attended the next in part. I came in a little late. Had some other stuff doing, but I had to see it for myself. I couldn't believe it was actually going to happen. I didn't get there early enough to see the drama with the police and everything. Boy, that would have been alive. But anyhow, I'm sure somebody got it on film. But I gotta talk about this. Barbados. We have to talk about this. I mean, never in the history of this nation have we seen anything remotely close to what is happening now. And you would think, right, that in light of all that's going on regionally, well, locally, regionally, and internationally, we down here in these little islands would be a little bit more wiser not to rock this little Moses on these high seas. But no. You see the problem with education? I've been telling y'all, education, Aunt Rose used to always say, right? Education and common sense. Give me a mic check, family. Sexy D, man, look, Sexy D, you gonna get me in trouble. You know, I keep telling you, man, you be first in line here, and I gotta shout you out first, Sexy D, and be like, this man always shout out Sexy D. You know, I had to repronounce your name. I gonna have to put the S-E. I had to call your name C-X-Y-D. How that sound? C-X-Y-D, how you? Oh, man, Sexy D in the building, man. Greetings to you too, family. Greetings to you too, man. Yes, my brother, how you doing, Jeremiah? Greetings to everyone. Yes, indeed. Sean, yo, yeah, we in the building. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend. Jackie, looking all honorary. Congrats. I like the imagery, man. Looking great. I see the scroll and all. I see you got the mortarboard. Yes, I see you got it on the right side and all. Never let them tell you differently. King Alfred is in the building, man. Shout out to the king. King in the building, man. That's right. Tim up there in the north as well. Definitely big shout out to the team. I cannot not shout out Tim in the north, man. North folks is just be, Is it still cold though? That's the question, because I know the temperature be fluctuating, man. I don't know what's going on with the weather, man. Yes, we have Jason. Godspeed, fam. I see you. Tim said it loud and clear. Yeah, I learned how to adjust the mics a little better, so y'all can let me know if it's crisp, or what. Let me know. Sean said the audio is clear. You're coming loud and clear. I see you. We got it covered then. Inspiration and enlightenment is true education, fam. Facts, man. And that's not what's going on. We're going to touch it in a minute. We're going to discuss this thing on another level. So I'm telling you, go tell a friend to tell a friend. We up and running, man. Wheels up off the ground. We taxiing on the runway. When we take off, we off. Catch it on a replay. That's all I'm going to tell you, man. Empress, I'm going to open it. In fact, hold on. The phone line's open, man. Let me just put it here right now in the early. In fact, wait a minute. I gotta make one little adjustment in the thing there. Tim, I see you 14 Celsius. Wait, what? Man, 14, some a little Man, 14 song a little chillier. It's song a little 14 song a little chilly. I mean, help me here. This is August, right? Isn't that a little bit low for August? That song a little chilly because about 33 in Barbados. So half of that, I can't imagine. We would like probably about 20, but 14, I ain't sure. I don't think we're ready for that, Tim. I don't think we're ready for that at all, at all, at all. I have a great idea. I have a great idea. I'm going to recruit someone to do this, man, because I should be doing this right now, but I'm definitely going to do it anyhow. I'm going to push any clutch because it's that kind of night. Yes. Wait. Well, yeah, wait. I switched up. Here you go. I don't know. Nah. We're going to go up. We're going on with this one right here. We can stick to this one. Yeah, I'm rolling out the blue tonight because it's a Democratic night. I know it doesn't mean that I've joined the party or not joined the party. It means we're going to discuss the DLP tonight. At some point, it might be the BLP. You know, we supposed to be giving Ralph Thorne a call and a letter of invitation, along with Miss Motley, a letter and a call of invitation. Now, let's have a discussion for the benefit of the place called Barbados. Some say separate, some say together. Maybe separate and then together. Who knows? But we're going to see what happened, man. Greetings to you too, family. Family, Ronaldo, I see you. Yes, we brought up the blue tonight because, like I said, we going to the DLP. Yes. We doing DLP tonight. Let me see if I could. I don't want to make nobody get the wrong impression because, you know, let me just make sure I put this in order. All right, so that's what's going on tonight. There's 2 videos. I have them both here. I was trying to make sense of most of them. And, man, I don't even know where to start with this stuff, man. Like, really. Anyhow, well, y'all already know what's going on, all right? Y'all already have an idea what's been happening. Let me just go ahead and switch this up right quick because I know that this might disturb some folks. It might disturb some folks. So let me first say this right now. Viewers' discretion is advised. If you are a loyal member of the Democratic Labour Party, if you are a current member of the Democratic Labour Party, let me pause these videos, these additional videos, because they don't currently have no relevancy in terms of what we're doing. So let me just make sure I go ahead and get what I want. Okay. All right, that's fine. Yeah, we have it. So like I was saying, family, I didn't want to do this initially, but I debated it. I decided, yeah, well, I'm gonna do it anyhow. So I'm gonna introduce something in a minute. And well, I just gotta pull the video up. I don't know if I should I don't even know which one to go to first. Let me just go to this one first. Let me go to this one first because this is the one that matters the most at this point. This is the one where the lady. Oh, should I? I'm trying to figure out how to cue this in because there's no, in fact, let me just tax it on the wrong way. There's no easy way to do this, and I'm trying to be politically correct on politically incorrect, so you can understand the dilemma I find myself in. Because I know, right, folks ain't gonna like this at all. So I want to give a background first. Let me see how we should do this. Yeah, okay. I can do it this way. We can do it like this. There's no, again, like I said, there's no easy way of doing it. So we're just going to do it. Let me just put this here really quick. Which part should I put? So I'm going to share something right now, which y'all might have seen already. Some of y'all might have seen it. Some may not have seen it. This was a meeting last night that they had at the town hall meeting at Ellerslie School. I think it was Ellerslie School is the school they talk about. it was a meeting for the DLP to discuss some matters, and let me just put this one here because this is what I'm going to play next. I was going to do this one first because of the timing. I was going to do this one first because I guess it would have started earlier than the other one I'm about to play. But spread, so now I'll do this one first. Do this one first. So I'm going to go with this one first. So let me go ahead and share my screen and off the top. Let me just pull it right up. Pull it right up. Now, this is a town hall meeting that they would have had. In fact, let me just give me a second to put this in perspective. So they had a town hall meeting at LZ School. This is a town hall meeting for the DLP membership. And, I felt compelled to go visit and see for myself. Occasionally I do that. I pop up in places, doesn't matter where it is. And so I was listening attentively, observing the energy of the place and the people and the interaction. And by the way, shout out to all those folks that recognized me. I was trying to be incognito, I had the hat down, I had the, had the shades and everything, trying to be, in the back, in the corner, in the cut. I suppose that 6'5" is a little difficult to hide, Anyhow, that didn't go but so far. But what I realized is just I was more interested in the energy of the individuals that were present, people that were present. And I think that says a lot because at this point, I've been talking about it for a while, what's going on in the Democratic Liberal Party and how it affects Barbados and Barbadians and what will be the effects in Barbados and Barbados, especially with regards to the election that is imminent. And so I went and listened and I heard a lot of things. And I do want to say what I'm going to say. And I just want to play 1 or 2 points. I could do this at random and I'm going to do it at random. I'm not going to, normally I would cue a specific point, but I want to show you that I can pick any point in what happened last night, probably outside of what Ronnie would have said at the end, and probably a bit of Undine at the time. But for the most part, the section I'm going to pick random, but they're not really random. They're random, but not really random in that I'm picking specific speakers, different points in their speech. And I want to make a point because obviously this is happening now because of what was said in the Nuts clip, which is what was said Thursday. And so I suppose we could have done it that way, but I want to do it this way for a reason. I'm being led, so I'm going to follow this particular train of thought. And so be it. Wait. Tim said, yeah, the leaves falling off the trees already. Well, the leaves fall off the trees in autumn. This is the middle of the summer, Tim. How you got leaves falling off the trees already? Well. I see you too, family. Look here, man. Sharon, greetings to you too, man. Was very surprised to see Stuart speaking at that meeting today. When you said Stuart, Frondell, I don't know which meeting you're referring to, but I didn't see him at this one last night. I could tell you that. Unless it's a different Stuart you're referring to. If you're referring to Frondell Stuart, I doubt it was him because, in fact, let me just let this play.
Because Parliament is for everyone, but people that have dignity and respect in their life. Now, I heard that he's a teacher, and I did an investigation into him. And don't forget that he was the person that tried to get Ronald Jones destroyed when he was the president of the Teachers Union. And he succeeded, and he was bitter against Ronald Jones. And now he's licking Ronald Jones' backside.
No, I don't want him to call any names as far as who he's referring to, quite frankly. But what I will say is this. What happened last night is so interesting in the history of politics, I suppose, across the world, in that you had a political campaign against members of the same political party. What I would normally hear at a political presentation, BLP versus DLP, and they start to call each other name and put all the laundry out there. For the most part, a lot of that took place last night. It was laundry day. I mean, seriously.
Because he got Ronald Jones as the guest speaker for the annual conference. And all like now, so he got Fradell Stewart speaking up in the point. You know, and the acting president, he need to go to St. John and pay his debts.
All right, well, like I said, imagine they picked at everybody. There was no stone left unturned last night at this particular meeting. I mean, no stone was left unturned. I mean, everybody, I'm sure everybody got something said about them. I mean, everybody got something said about them. And I thought, well, about them, no pun intended. But what I thought was the most interesting thing, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, because I want to say this, and I know that ain't going to rub folks the wrong way, but I'm going to have to rub it the wrong way in order to do the right thing. You know, feel me on that. I'm just going to skip here and just jump forward again.
Dr. Yearwood, I just call him my adopted son. We are also behind you. And you are still my president. And your wife, Lucy, is the first lady of this party. Errol Barrow, as president of this party, and the founding father had a first lady. Erskine Sandiford had a first lady. David Thompson had a first lady. Lloyd Maskell had a first lady. When Steve, the acting president, he had a first lady. Well, the other president of the party, we don't know who the first lady.
I'm gonna pause it right there. Like I said, everybody got it. That's why I said I don't know which story you're referring to, because it could have been Frondell, because Frondell got licks. Everybody got licks last night. Even the Pisa got licks, but she didn't get too many. But even Felisa Dujon, which is one, that's in the other clip, she definitely took most of the licks to some degree at some point. And the reason I'm bringing this all up, I'm telling you, I gotta say this. This is historical. I have never seen this in my life. Well, you know, but it kind of politics, one or two things got to happen. Even if we have an issue, I think Chris Rock would have said it when Will Smith. Remember the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing? Y'all remember that when he walked up there, keep my wife's name out, you know, that kind of thing, and that kind of thing, you know. Yeah. Well, apparently that was staged. A lot of y'all may not know that. That was literally staged. You can go and Google that, and you will see that same exact thing happened some years later before that with some other, I think it was Sidney Poitier, one of those guys. I mean, literally almost verbatim, give or take a few, you know, the time and whatnot. Everything. And it's like, wow. Okay, Hollywood. Nevertheless, as actors, speaking of actors, you would never think that we would be on this stage in Barbados in 2024. And I think he said it best at the time when he did the Netflix series that as Black people, we ought not to fight in front of white folks. And even if it was staged and whatnot, I thought that was profound that he would say, we don't fight in front of white people. And I think the Democratic Liberal Party right now, both both Ralph Thorne and Ronnie, and I suppose to some degree, Mr. Blackett, who's probably the one in the shadows mostly. But Ronnie and Thorne, I think that if they both claim to want what's best for the people of Barbados, I think their actions by themselves should reflect that in one of the most meaningful ways. And one of those meaningful ways, obviously, would be to have a conversation, perhaps with a mediator, you know. And you can't say it for the people and promoting division, because division is of the devil. I'm not saying, in fact, the both of them at this point, quoting scriptures and verses and that kind of stuff, but it's all good. But that's all good. And I'm not into politics, me personally speaking, but a lot of people in Barbados believe in them three letters, D, L, and P. And because of that, what we cannot have.
This, my perception of you changed. And I am so serious. My perception changed. And Brother Ronnie,
so you got the people supporting Ronnie. I mean, those that were there, there was a pretty decent crowd, believe it or not. It was a pretty decent crowd supporting him. And I suspect there are more who just wait until next week to come in their numbers. And of course, there are those who support Ralph equally, and I'm sure they will come out in their numbers as well. What is going to be interesting is, if I was me and Motley, I'd be at home with my popcorn, because they might have it on Zoom. I mean, I think the whole of Barbados is going to be watching to see how this thing is going to unfold. I don't know if it's actually going to be streamed live or not, but I guarantee you that it is going to be historical, a historical event. I would like to think that prior to that event, however, by the way, shout out to Biap, Lumumba. Shout out to Jack also, the promoter, the original promoter. God, they gotta say that. The Godfather Promotions, man. I remember in Vibes Cartel and Movado, they were invited to Barbados, and Biap was hosting the two of them, along with Jack and the other investors. And I remember, more importantly, that at the time, you know, a lot of folks were for it and some folks were against it. And we had meetings, including with Stephen Lashley and some other folks, and they voiced their concerns and everything else. And the reason why we were doing it, because in Barbados, we felt there was an issue with the schools and the children and the gangs, Gaza versus Gully, you know, like how we have numbers and stuff now. That's a bit different. I mean, you can Google it on YouTube, you see it for yourself. But I felt it was necessary, along with all of us, that we bring these guys together and address the matter. So, you know, solidarity, like we're not really at war, that kind of thing. You know, we may have our differences, but we are all about the people. Well, the government of Barbados felt that, you know, well, people in Barbados felt that it shouldn't happen. And well, it didn't happen. Although there were others supporting it and wanted it to happen. Perhaps if that had happened, maybe they both would have taken different paths, including Cartel going back and then catching murder charges. So life is like that, you know? So here we are in Barbados now. We have a similar situation. We have individuals who are definitely fixed on, you know, supporting the DLP the way they support the DLP. And yet there are those who on Thorne's side support DLP the way they support DLP. You would literally have a rift, a division. They say there's no division. I mean, that's like saying Joe Biden didn't have a cognitive decline. I mean, you have to be either, you know, living under a rock or you're part of the problem, because it's obvious the duck. I mean, so nonetheless, we're not going to say that people are in denial. We're going to simply say that there's an obvious issue, and anybody who's pretending that there's no issue is definitely not somebody that, you know, you should want lead the country. They literally looking at you, seeing an issue, recognizing an issue. It's all in the media at this point, to the point where, in fact, no, let me let him tell it.
Friend of our family. I am writing this letter to express my deep and sincere appreciation for my friend, Mr. Stephen DeCourcy Blackett. I have known Steve for many years, but I became very much acquainted with him in 2010 when he was appointed a government senator by former Prime Minister, the late David Thompson of the Democratic Labour Party. I had the privilege of sitting with him in the weekly parliamentary meetings. I have always known him to be a man of outstanding character and integrity, a committed family man, and a highly motivated individual. When he became Minister of Social Care and Constituency Empowerment, Community Development, I was serving as Deputy Chairman of the National Assistance Board, which was under his ministerial portfolio. So I had to report to him, and this caused our friendship to develop even stronger. He was committed to the welfare of people, the care of the elderly, safety of children, concern for the differently able and strengthening communities around the nation. He appointed me chairman of the National Assistance Board 2014 to 2018, and we worked on several projects under his ministerial portfolio, including the establishment of the George Brenner Elderly Daycare Center, transforming Lancaster House into a temporary home for fire victims and homeless people, some of whom had been evicted. People were living in dilapidated, deplorable housing conditions, as well as turned the Clygollet Night Shelter for homeless men, previously open 7 to 7 a.m. into a 24-hour housing facility, to the delight of so many homeless men, just to name a few. I remember calling him on many occasions when I discovered an elderly person living in a deplorable and filthy condition, and he was very eager to make sure through the ministry help was meted out that certain people take safety, which I gladly facilitated with the help of the other social agencies. I believe that he was the best. Let me read this again. I believe that he was the best. Let me read this again. I believe that he was the best Minister of Social Care, Constituency Empowerment, and Community Development in Barbados.
He's referring to Steve Blackett, and this is a letter apparently written by, well, again, let me let him tell it.
Don't forget, this letter was addressed by David JP, 15th of May.
Yeah. Not that I knew he was going to say that just now, but Spirit said, let him tell it. Boy, look, that's how I'm not even touching it. Look, family, all I'm going to say is this, right? Somebody said the crowd was paid. Even if they were paid, I will say, which I don't think they were, me personally speaking. There are people who are loyal to what we know as the Democratic Labour Party. Rather, we need to understand the science of it. You know, these are the Labour Party. These are the people who work for the organization known as such. A lot of them been there for years, generations. And so what I'm saying is that people are reaching a point where they're fighting for what they in their heart they believe is theirs, and that's it. So what I witnessed, like somebody said earlier, it was, like I said, no stone was left unturned. If you want to see the whole set program, I put the link up in the comments. This is actually on the DLP's page. It's on the DLP's page. You can go and actually see the whole thing. I'm giving credit where credit is due. I'm just taking excerpts. But town hall meeting by DLP members, this was quite interesting. Now, like I said, I wasn't there initially for the very beginning. From what I understand, based on what was said, is that the police showed up, and it was a situation where they were trying to take equipment from this presentation. This is funny because the police showed up to DLP meeting, claiming that the DLP had equipment that belonged to the DLP, according to what I was told. Like I said, I wasn't there. I don't know if anybody is here that was there to call in. I mean, feel free. Let me put your number up. I'm telling y'all, your number's on the screen. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 8 p.m. or somewhere around there. Like, share, and subscribe. Definitely at least share. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to subscribe if you don't want to, but definitely share. But tell a friend and tell a friend. You can support via the PayPal, eBrelia, Gmail, and or the WhatsApp number 246-838-8253. definitely feel free to holler at me. But from what I understand last night, police showed up to possess and take possession, I guess, of a stolen item. DLP meeting had a DLP piece of equipment. I don't know if that was true. Like I said, I wasn't there. I just really wish I had seen that. I would have been rolling. Like, you cannot make this stuff up. But anyhow, I guess it didn't work out that way. But let me just pick another point here. Let me just go a little further into this. Y'all not gonna believe this, man.
Neil Marshall. Where's the jockey? Devil Michael, and get you soon. Then I got Neil Marshall. You see that thing? You see that thing? On my right is that thing. On my left is Shamar and Ricky Williams. I call you first, but I didn't name you, but you put a name on it. It was there. Ralph Tong was in the court, and Ralph Tong was the chief cook and bottle washer in the court. They had an instance in the court, went to the lawyers, Michael Carrington and the marshal, like they couldn't agree with something. And he come and pick cross, and he was pointing about, this look what's going on here, don't you? And the Chief Justice encouraged it. Because then my lawyer said, but Ricky ain't got his leaders in here, so why you in here? He said, well, you know, he's the political leader of the Democrat. Yeah, Chief Justice saying this, yeah? Chief Justice saying this. You know, he's the political leader of the Democrat. So I think he got a right to be here. And I tell myself, Lord have mercy.
You cannot make this up. I'm telling y'all, go to this site, go to the YouTube channel. You got to watch this for yourself. I mean, there are other speakers as well. I'm going to play 2 more parts of this. I think 2, 3, maybe 3 more. But I want you to get the gist of what's happening, because a lot of what was said last night, as far as I'm concerned, needed to be said a long time ago. Perhaps not in the detail pertaining to other people's personal business, but the matters pertaining to the case, matters pertaining to what's going on internally, I feel as though the members of the party should have been involved a lot sooner. I don't know if I would have streamed it, me personally, but I think that a meeting, emergency meeting, there must be something in the Constitution that says if there's some kind of, what do they call it? Disagreement, you know, there must be something in the Constitution or the bylaws of the Democratic Party that states how to deal with I'm using the term disagreement loosely. You could always fill into whatever it's supposed to be, where they would call an emergency meeting where everyone would come and sit and have a conversation, all members who are interested in the resolution of these internal matters. I feel that should have happened. And a lot of what was said openly last night perhaps should not have been said openly. But now that it's gone viral, it is fair game. But I want to play one. Like I said, let me just drop 2 more points here.
A month after, a couple of weeks after we get with the first trial, I went to George Street to keep a meeting to put in a new leader. The matter, everybody say don't talk. Frondel Short. Frondel Short stopped the meeting and said the Democratic Party already got a president. I know you all ain't remember this, but don't forget anything. They got a real good memory. As a musician, so you got to remember. Frondel Short stopped the meeting. Lo and behold, a couple of weeks after, Donald Ennis landed himself in some trouble. Big trouble too. And the group disintegrated. The powerhouses now, because the plan was to make Donald Ennis the leader of the Democratic Party. The people can be second man, which he told I know how that can work. Because you know, a people cannot operate with a well together. It can't work. I don't know how for these people was going to sit down there as a chihuahua. I don't know how that can work.
I don't know how it go work either. Like I said, everybody got touched. And for me, it wasn't even a matter of entertainment. To me, it was a matter of like, there's no undoing this. You see what I'm saying? Because there's no undoing it. Period. And although it might seem to be political strategy, encouraging folks by putting information out that, like I said, internally should have been known to his members a long time ago, as opposed to waiting because of what happened, which I'm going to play that clip next in a minute. I don't know. I think that if I was doing a review of this, like I'm sure they would have sat down today and went back over it and thought, okay, what how we thought we did, like, we reaching some folks, numbers are up. What do y'all think about this? What's the response? What's the feedback like? What are the people saying about what happened last night at Ellerslie School? What is the response like? Because was it really noble? Was it a matter of integrity? Was it really the thing to do? Was it the right thing to do? But
Would you be the body? You want to legend at school? You just work at the union and then when the cases now you got it. So how you telling me that you somebody who make you feel you so special that you come to disrupt the Democratic Party? It is that caused this meeting here tonight.
Okay, let me go back, because this for me was one of the most profound statements. And I like I said, I appreciate, I don't know who the brother is personally. I think I would have seen him in the media a couple of times, and I didn't see him when I was finished and I left. When it was over. And so listen to this carefully, family, because even Hal Gollop, and of course, growing up, you're hearing these names, when you're young, you're hearing these names, and to some degree, they may have appeared impressive. Like Kamashong, for example, you're hearing these names, you're growing up, you're Pan-African, African and consciousness, and you hear these things. Then you start doing some reading for yourself and learning some things, and you realize that all that glitter ain't gold.
Still forward it to them. Want to acknowledge it?
Okay, wait, hold on.
Leader, no, so what sense tells you that opposition leader? It was sent the two, he was touring.
Hold on.
Speaking of the taxpayers, that's in Barbados.
All right, let me go.
And when he was speaking in Antigua, St. Lucia, he was going to England, he was touring. Speaking of the taxpayers, that's expensive. He was touring, speaking. 1 year he was doing that. Even in China. Steve Blackett did what any general secretary would have done. He sent the two, he forwarded the two correspondents to both parties. I'm of the opinion, I wasn't there, that the people sent one to Ralph Thorne. Let me send one because he's the opposition leader. But they want to run him. Common sense tells you that they want to run here with. Well, they got an opposition leader now. So what you say you want to run into? They send it, we didn't send it. Still forward it to them. Want to acknowledge it? And he acknowledge it too. I make an excuse that he can't go. But he acknowledged it. Steve was wise enough to get St. Lucia to send a paper trail back. Probably like he had a premonition of what would happen after. Lo and behold, a couple of weeks after Ronnie went down and the team went down, and Ronnie knew. Ronnie don't know this, I can say tonight. I don't even think Ronnie knew. Ronnie carried, in some people's opinion, the wrong woman.
What was that? What was that? He said he took the wrong woman. Wait.
Boy, the right woman took up a tantrum. Because she's from there. She's from there. So she thought that she should have been afforded the opportunity to go. But let me tell you this, right? This is a sidebar. Not only did Ronnie carry the right woman, but the woman that Ronnie carried went to St. Lucia and wore the solutions. Check the press reports. She won the best dress to start with, and she was at the head table delivering a special speech. So you see, the president has made the right choices. That woman that did not go, Mecca, because she was all over running like ripe and rice before that. We don't know, everyone is there, you see her, and you say that, she be there or in front there. She was all over running, all over running,
Everybody.
all of a sudden, she got vicious. All the correspondence that happened. Oh my God! God, the people in there, they know that. The people that was backing Ralph Thorne, and then the beings that stayed back is the worst thing in the world. It was cussing these people that there. Since I can tell when the truth. Ralph Thorne sitting down right there. I had no uses for that man in life or death. He's not a good person. Ralph Thorne was not even man enough to say, man, yes, I was there. He let them think. Bobby Morris jump up with the whole self. Somebody tell him, man, you don't be here, I'm going to sit down. You can't sit down because you won't get between the table, no, sit down. Listen, man, you can't sit down there. You will say, no, where one is. You jump up and take the stairs, you can't share where one is, and he ran here. And somebody said, man, move. And then he snatched the microphone. I was saying, over part Steve is right behind here. I said, Bobby Morris, sit your old self down. I said, self here, no, why you really need to self with it? I sit in between there. She look at me. You told me, I said, talking to you, who you really think you are, Bobby Morris? A nuisance like you, behave like a nuisance, sit down. Oh my God, he complained to people from me in New York, Chicago, Miami, Germany, England, how Ricky Williams, and nobody could tell you Bobby Morris. Bobby Morris, why you never knew to be nobody? You were a legend at school. You just work at the union, and then when the cases now, you got it. So how you telling me that you somebody who make you so special that you come to disrupt the Democratic Party? It is that caused this meeting here tonight. The want the truth, I can bring the truth. That meeting went in disarray. The police came and the police said, man, I want no part of that. Just like tonight. Just like Paul, this I'm gonna pull out the plug for the speaker.
All right. So like you said, just like tonight, police showed up. Family, like I said, you want to watch the rest of this, go check it out. It is something that's worth listening to from the standpoint of information. However, like I said, I personally feel that, this should have been settled in-house a long time ago. And the unfortunate part is that was only one aspect. While that was going on, apparently there was some other stuff going on. I don't even know how to put this in its perspective. Like, I don't even know how to put this in perspective. Like, I know they saw it and decided to, but as always, I'm gonna let them tell it. This was a public brief, nothing but the truth. Everybody telling the truth. The funniest thing is this, right? Everybody telling the truth, but coming to different conclusions. Somebody said the truth shall make you free. Well, what I do know is that truth is relative to the people who are telling it. And in this situation, I'm going to let them tell it.
And remain mute.
Fellow members, we have heard your concerns regarding the matter relating to the disciplinary actions taken against our former members. We hope that this evening that we will take the time to go through those charges that we were not privileged to share within the public domain. I wish to share as well as members that we are all equal, that every single member within our party deserves utmost respect and dignity. Regardless if you're a member for 40 years, 20 years, a year, we should treat every member equally, such that every member understands that we must obey the constitution of this party and conventions that allows the party to flourish the way that it has continued to flourish in the past, the future, and of course to ensure that our future generation has the foundation that is required. Brothers and sisters, we have received the calls, the emails. Some members have actually come to us at headquarters with tears in the eyes, wondering, was it too punitive, the actions that we took? What was going on? Why didn't you tell us before? But remember, our internal matters must remain internal. We do not put our private information out in the public for various reasons, because we are a party of integrity and of course transparency. But we felt the need to share that information with our members so that no propaganda will allow you to be deceived. We are sharing with you the factual information, not emotions, but empirical data as to what transpired, the process which took place, and why we are where we are today. But notwithstanding, we hope at the end of our presentation that you will understand why the Disciplinary Council and the General Counsel took the position that we did. We again wish to thank you for your time, and we are here right now, and our acting president will share with you what these charges are, and you will know exactly what transpired and why the party took the decision that it did.
Thank you, Comrade Dujon. Fellow members, we are sharing with you this afternoon the process of the complaint made to the Disciplinary Committee against our former General Secretary, Steve Blackett, and former President, Dr. Ronnie Yearwood.
I could get into this all night. I could get into this all night. I could pick different points. Listen, family, I put the link up, by the way, and this is on the office of the opposition leader. This is not on the DLP's. That's the thing. This is not on the DLP's page. This is on the leader of the opposition's new page. I suppose there's a variety of them. So my point is that I think they all should be sharing the same information because after all, they're under one umbrella, allegedly. And this is, again, what I'm talking about. Although, like she said, they don't do the laundry in public, well, this has gone viral. This has gone all over the world. So this isn't even public anymore. This is definitely global. And so this is where now I draw the line as politically incorrect. And I said that, you know, the irony is for me, I can go back to Friday night's program and we spoke about what was happening. And we touched on, you know, if I were in Ralph Thorne's shoes, or his position rather, because my feet are much bigger than his, I'm sure. My thing is, I outlined what I thought, you know, what I would have done in that situation. And the funniest thing is that, and not funny in the sense of cynical, but here it is less than 2 days later, a Sunday, they both come out, and rather than take initiatives to reunite, it's insult over injury. Now, if it's one thing I know about getting cuts, right, being injured, by pouring alcohol in the wound, it is going to sterilize it, but it's going to burn. It's going to burn. It's just, there's no two ifs and buts about it. It's going to burn. I'm not sure what happens when you pour gasoline on a wound. I'm sure it's also probably going to burn, but I'm not sure if that's in your best interest. You know, pouring alcohol on a wound is different than pouring gasoline in a fire. I suspect they're two different things. But let me just pick a point here.
Case. After the case was withdrawn on the 23rd of July, a second hearing was scheduled for the 6th of August, 2024. Neither Mr. Blackett or Dr. Yearwood attended those meetings to answer to the charges laid against them. However, the disciplinary committee met and they heard the charges made again by the two complainants against Dr. Yearwood and Mr. Blackett. So I will read out to you now the charges which were laid against Mr. Steve Blackett, former General Secretary.
Now, although he reads out the charges and whatnot, I mean, if I was a reporter in the audience, well, I don't know if there's anyhow. Let me say this. If you're going to deal with transparency, and there were voting that took place to out certain members, I think it's every man has the right to face his accusers. I think it's only right that you state, how many parties were present. It's like statistics. But we did a survey, and according to statistics, 9 in every 10 people X, Y, and Z. And this is, so 90% of the population is this and that. Well, the only problem with that is they might have only had 10 people and asked 10 people a question, and 9 said something and 1 didn't. And so statistics, again, it is biased. It's like they're biased, and it can be easily manipulated, like votes, depending on how many people are present and how many people don't like you that are present versus how many do like you that are absent and might have been unaware of such an event. So there are a number of things, but we ain't gonna get into that. But he goes online and he outlines certain things. And
employees are publicly accusing a member of being untruthful with the intention to impugn his character. He cites Mr. Thorne's admission to the party the institution has experienced untold rancor, turmoil, contention, and confusion.
Which is funny because that is not really a lie. If this guy is not aware that there's all the things he just, in fact, let me let him tell you again. Hold on. This is where they start to fall apart. And this is why I'm saying Ralph needs to step up if he is indeed a leader. Ronnie, who is also claiming to be a leader, needs to do the same thing, step up. These men. Let me let this guy read this. Y'all listen to this carefully.
Intending that such comments would be published, and knowing and intending that such published comments would be injurious to the interests, reputation, and general well-being of the party. Namely, cites Mr. Thorne's admission to the party the institution has experienced untold rancor, turmoil, contention, and confusion. All
right. So those are one of the charges that was brought up against. My thing is, you ask anybody right now in Barbados if they feel that since Thorne crossed the floor from Mia's camp into the DLP, if they have not been a noticeably public display of contention. Not that they may not have had the issue before. I'm saying there's a visible public display, like what happened on Sunday, of contention. So what he's saying is that, he's wrong for saying that and accusing him of such. But this guy here, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest here, family. Again, if he's the president, the current president, and he's acting as if he's unaware that what he just read is a reality. Well, again, I ain't really sure if you're fit to be president because you're in denial. It's obvious to duck that there's an issue. So why make it seem that if somebody say that is disingenuous when the truth is it's a reality? Call a spade, man. If Ronnie is truly a leader, if Ralph is truly a leader, y'all need to have a sit down, man. And quite frankly, I'm going to make this known publicly. Today is Monday. Wednesday. Beverly, we're going on. How are you? Beverly asks, who can you trust? Beverly, trust the Almighty. That's why I can tell you. Put not your trust in man. For man is just a man. So wait, we're gonna have 2 DLP parties to vote for? Let me tell you something, Monica. Yes, you're gonna have 2 DLP parties to vote for. Pick your candidate. Oh man, you cannot make this stuff up. And I guarantee you, between the 2 of them, if they're lucky enough to even gather 6 seats, 3 apiece, or 2 to 4, or 1 to 5, or 5-0. Oh, sorry, 6-0. Don't quote me on that. 6-0, or whatever, how you shuffle it. This, you cannot make this stuff up. They're gonna get it together though. And the reason by the way, I'm not into politics. Like, I'm gonna tell you what somebody told me recently. I'm not a politician. I might be just an individual who take an interest in politics. I kind of had to reword it because I couldn't finish the latter part. It wouldn't apply. It wouldn't apply. But yeah, that was a little inside thing. I hope you're watching. That is so funny, man. Look, family, what time is it, man? It's almost an hour. It's almost 10 o'clock, 10:10. I ain't sticking up. I just go watch the rest of this, family. I'm telling you, family, right now, DLP, the Democratic Labour Party, at this hour in the game, need to get it together. Need to get it together, family, straight up, because there are people in Barbados who love this particular party, who are loyal to the party, who I know they can't believe this was going on. So rather than point fingers, fix the issue. Right now, it's about y'all coming back together. Okay. If that's what y'all say you're doing, come back together. Now, folks will say, well, Emmanuel, wait a minute, but you're a Rasta man, big man. You won't deal with the politics. The last year I run things, Ja, and they'll tell me all these things and, stay conscious, man. Let them people deal with themselves and, whatever, they're foolish or whatever. And I remember Aunt Rose, she always had a verse too, don't condemn the Gentiles. The verse in the Bible, it says, don't condemn the Gentiles. Remember you were once like them. So regardless of how much knowledge I might have accumulated through my studies in life and people and circumstances and politics and everything else that goes along with it, I remember the days when I was, in primary school. I remember the days when I was going to Sunday school. I remember the days when, I was going to church. I remember the day I got baptized in the church. I mean, at that point in my life, I didn't know what I know now, so I don't ever look back and think to myself that now that I'm where I stand, the knowledge that I have and the ledge that I'm on, I don't take for granted that everything I have and everything I am is based on where I came from, who I was. So even if people are still diehard into politics and believe everything out of the mouth of a politician, I can't fight them for that, especially when I could see, if I'm conscious enough to know that they don't even know what I know. And they don't even know that they don't even know, so the responsibility is up to me then to shed some light on it. So I'm saying to those who are into the political aspect and the DLP, you see this right here?
Convened and conducted the said meeting in a manner and under certain the likelihood that persons attending the said has experienced untold relevant committees of the party is appropriated for the purposes of a new political party to be established entitled the Democratic League. That the said meeting amounted to a conspiracy to abolish and or eliminate and or create a competing political party to the DLP using the property and the resources of the DLP.
All right. So he goes on and on and on with charges. I mean, all kind of charges. Here's the funny thing. The way they acting make a lot of what go watch this for yourself, family. Like I said, I put the link up here. It's in the comments somewhere. Giving credit to where credit is due. I'm borrowing this transcript from this video from their website, their YouTube channel. Go watch it, family. Go watch it, because although look, man, I don't know if it's me. Is it me? If you go and watch the first one I played and see that the laundry is being done in public, like I said, that's not my thing. Like, I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, that kind of stuff gets you hurt on another level. So we don't play them games. You know what I'm saying? You got issue with somebody, you approach them. All this social media stuff, we ain't into that. The other group right here that's playing right now, if you go and listen to that, you will see that what they are saying they're guilty of and what they're saying they're really guilty of. And it's like, they really realize, I don't, is it me? It gotta be me, family. In fact, hold on, man. The lines are open, man. Let me put the invitation up. Hold on a second. Let me copy this link. What time is it? I'm gonna give a little time to see if anybody want to jump on in right now on this live. Come on in. I just put the link to the studio up. It's on YouTube for those who are brave enough to come on Politically Incorrect, because this is home of the brave. This is Braveheart right here, and this ain't the brass tacks. Those on Facebook, the link right here. Feel free to come on in the studio and give me your thoughts. Somebody says a puppet show, man. Straight up, man. There are two DLPs. One of them is known as the real DLP. That's the thing. That's crazy. The DLP and the real DLP is like crazy. But the thing that got me, right, family, like Easy D, when this gentleman started to read this information, a lot of what he's saying is it is so crazy. And the man read it with a straight face. Like, Ralph, I don't know if you approved this before this happened or not, but Ralph, you seen it come across as a man who's sharp as a tack. And if you sharp as a tack, I don't know if they consulted you before they did this, or you didn't get to give the oak. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. Yeah. Somebody said, these people got my head confused. Walter, mostly on which side I join late. Well. Walter Maloney, there's a question for you. Okay, hold on. Somebody said, it all chaos in the DLP. If Ralph couldn't even fix this, how on earth can Ralph lead a country? Yo, listen, man. Like I said, they both claim to be leaders. If they're truly leaders, we gonna see how this resolve. Saturday, I think the city convention is this weekend coming, Saturday and Sunday, 2 days. I don't think they're gonna make it into the second day. In fact, I don't think they're gonna make it past the first. I allow it to take bet. In fact, I allow it to become a bookie throughout this week, taking bets, putting odds, 100 to 1 odds, 1,000 to 1 odds against their own members if they truly believe. And man, shucks. I better call the bookie and ask the question. They got bets on this convention, because I'm telling you, I think they're gonna make it past. We do odds like it's football. We do like 3 hours and under, 5 hours and on, and 3 and under, 5 and over, and maybe 2 and under, or some of the crazy numbers. I think the last 3 hours, well, we bet in 3 and under. The last 3 hours and under. We take different bets, We'll take the last, 5 hours and under. But you can't do 5 and under, because 5 and under will include 3 and under. So it's 3 and under, between 3 and 5. I'm making fun of it because I gotta make fun of it, because I cannot believe this happening. Like, y'all got to be crazy. All y'all got to be crazy. There's no way on earth I'm telling you, man, if I was a member of the Democratic Party, if I was any Democratic Party, we'd be stepping to y'all, man. Off the record. Let me holler at you, man. Bring the posse to your door. Let me holler at you, man. Let me holler at you, man. Yo. Y'all can't be serious, man. A bulldog or Rottweiler, I wouldn't care. Straight up, man. Y'all making mockery of the whole nation. This thing going viral. This thing out to the world. And folks going to say, look at these house Negroes down there in Barbados. Look at and what it's called us? And Barbadian. Look at the Barbadians. They always get that all wrong. Look at the Barbadians. Look at them. Look. Oh my God. They all squabbling over Massa's house. Look at this thing. Rather than organize the people and make some real changes in Barbados. Look at the youth right now, the youth for the gun violence, who keep talking about it. Look at the education system. Do a statistical run on the school children that failing. You got teachers that failing classes term after term after term after term, and you blame the youths. Go check them teachers' credentials. A lot of them ain't got a clue what they doing. Let me not even get on that road. I think the children might be watching. But on a serious note, look at the hospital. Look at the QEH hospital and the drama that going on in there. If the whole weekend just passed, the elevator wasn't working. And I watched 3 old ladies. Well, let me not call it old ladies. I don't like that term. 3 elder women. 3 elder women, to which one of them I had to personally help up the last 12 steps. Yeah. Yep. Eight sets of 12. 96 steps, not including the walk on the landings, which is about, for me, 3 steps for the average, and I'm 6'5", so my steps are long. For the average person, that might be like 5 more steps added. Look, 96 steps to get from the ground floor of QEH to the 3rd floor of QEH. 96 steps for a lady that's 78 years old, 80 years old to go visit a family member from the church group or whatever that's on their dying bed because the elevator out of service. I ain't even gonna tell you why out of service. We ain't gonna talk about that part. I ain't even gonna touch that part. 2 elevators, one working and one out of so 2 elevators, which is funny. One allegedly ain't working for whatever reason. I know they can't find the part for the cable or the screw, which is crazy. Like, why would it not work? Like, it's a motor. It's a motor. The other one working, but on them days, it was out of service. So you got to walk 96 steps because the average person is not aware that there's another elevator down the corridor. There's no sign saying that, nothing. So the average person who doesn't know this, up and down them steps. And I watch that lady with her hip. I tell myself, this ain't right, man. We got issues in here. We ain't going to even talk about the cost of living or the price of food. We ain't going to touch that. And y'all got the time to have meetings to discuss what? Laundry? And y'all call yourself leaders, man? Leaders of what exactly, y'all? Leaders of what exactly? Because they pick you to run the program don't mean you fit to run the program. And if you are not looking at yourself differently and ask yourself, how can I improve this? Let me see what I could do to bring balance to this. Then you know, Yep. They say Mia Motley is a dictator. You know, they say she's a dictator. Let me make this clear. The DLP talking about democracy. We about democracy. This is destroying our democracy. Do you know democracy is dictatorship? Now that sound a little strange, right? I mean, we were told democracy is, you know, look, man, we don't even have a clue. We don't have a clue here. Democracy is dictatorship because democracy is majority rules, correct? Majority, the mob is who run the program, period. So those who have the majority is who rule. So if this house is divided, you can never have a majority. So therefore, y'all will never rule. You will be always ruled by who? The majority, which is going to be the one that dictate the pace. So imagine if, man, we ain't even going to imagine that. Because that is just, according to this right here, that is not going to happen. Because imagine, Ralph picked 12 individuals. How many people he's got to get to politics? 30 candidates. So Ralph picks 30 candidates. Ronnie picks 30 candidates. They both claiming the LP on the ballot. What are Barbadians to do? Go to the polls. I can't wait to see the posters. Like, I can't wait. Look, somebody ordered me a tub of popcorn and a large ginger ale. Like, I'm watching this. Let me get this here straight. So Ralph got his candidates. Ronnie has his candidates. Mia sitting back smiling. I could just imagine that somebody called Mia. I gotta, yo, Miss Aunt, look, I can't call you Auntie Mia because, you know, Rose ain't gonna sit comfortable with that. So Miss Motley and Miss Prime Servant, my number on the screen right there. My number is on the screen right there. I'm on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I would like your opinion on this, what's going on in your country that you're running right now, the country that you are running right now. And by saying country, I mean the country called Barbados, the corporation we know, the sovereign entity that you are, the captain of the vessel at this point, the prime servant, like I said, of this vessel. The number on the screen. I want your opinion on this, and can you intervene? Can you kindly intervene in this? Because that is set a precedent. Perhaps they need a woman's touch in the DLP. I think that's what it is. You have to call. I don't know, man. Look, man. Let me go to the comments real quick. Yeah, same youths watching them acting like clowns, shaking my head. The same youths watching them. I'm telling you, man. Talking about, I don't want to even touch that, because if I say that right now, right there, they can cause a problem. Good night to the family in UK. Shout out to Pam. Shout out to Mom, the matriarch, 80 plus years old. If I'm not mistaken, Mom is, unless otherwise informed, to my knowledge, Mom is the oldest viewer of Politically Incorrect. Oldest viewer. She is my number one. You know what I mean? So, unless otherwise, and it could be others, I'm not saying there's not, but Mom is definitely 80 plus. If anybody else is watching Politically Incorrect and you're in your 80s, please write a comment. If you know someone who's watching Politically Incorrect, please write a comment. I know who is at this point, I know who is my youngest viewer. Shout out to Baby Lee. Unless there's a new addition, shout out to Baby Lee. I think they said he was 10 months when last we checked. And shout out to, he's 10 months old. He was listening to Politically Incorrect for the time he was in the womb. He was listening to Politically Incorrect, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the matriarch all day, every day. Y'all already know. Full respect, full respect. Yo, I know call Lee name and let Lee pop up on the screen. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man. Lee, I know shout you out, man. I know shout out, baby Lee. Full respect to you too. You see that? How the synergies just be consciously. There's one consciousness. I tell y'all, man. I'm telling you, man. So shout out to moms as well. Yep. Oh man, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they care not, man. I'm telling you, this don't make no sense, man. This is crazy, man. Y'all make, honestly speaking, between Ralph and Ronnie, y'all giving Mia the perfect ammunition she needs, man. I'm telling y'all. Like, I don't know if y'all realize it. Like, y'all gotta check yourself. Don't even talk about, look, there's a time for everything here. The Book of Solomon. I ain't even got the book name. The Book of Solomon. Go read the Book of Solomon. The Book of Solomon. Go read that. Go read that. In fact, I'm gonna get another one to go read. Go into the Apocrypha. I read a book called the Book of Wisdom. Go read the Book of Wisdom. Yeah, go check that out. I'm gonna give y'all both y'all that assignment. Go check that out. But we're going to address this week though. We're going to address this week because this is going too far. Like, I'm just going to wrap this up here real quick, man.
Congrats, these are the charges which were laid against former President Dr. Ronnie Yearwood. And again, the disciplinary committee heard the complaint raised at its meeting. They also examined evidence and witness testimony, and they deliberated and came to a unanimous decision that Dr. Ronnie Yearwood should be expelled from the party. They made their recommendation to the General Council, and the General Council at its meeting on the 16th of August voted to expel Dr. Ronnie Yearwood from the Democratic Labour Party.
All right, so they expel. Now let me get this here straight. I don't know how the internal runnings go again in terms of the Constitution. Like I said, I'm not in the ranks and know that kind of stuff. But I would say this, expel, excommunicado. You would think this is a John Wick movie. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I better don't trouble the fella puppy. I know you got dogs and nothing, but when it better not trouble you, because I don't know. Yo, Listen, you cannot make this up. All they're going to say, right, is if the party, as you know, like I said, go listen to the Charges family. The links, I put the links up in the comments. Is there somewhere? It's on YouTube. You can go Google it. Go and check out those two videos I put up. The town hall meeting they had. So the Democratic, the DLP members briefing versus the town hall meeting. Go check the two of those out. You must. If you are a DLP, BLP, just a regular individual, and recognize the climate of our nation. Let me talk our talk now. The climate of our nation, because we've seen other countries where politics become violent when it comes to elections. When I say violent, I mean bloodshed, shootings, all this kind of stuff going on at the voting polls to intimidate people and whatnot. So I'm saying, look at this, man, because this is this is a whole different kind of worms here, family. And I'm going to again ask the leader of the Barbados Labour Party to intervene. Now, that sounds crazy, right? Like, why would you not? Because it's like, yo, if both y'all don't realize that this thing, if you hear, like I said, go listen to it. Because this gentleman, the town hall meeting, a lot of information was put out there. A lot. And in the age where there's what they call defamation of character and all this cybercrime and all this other stuff, this information is put out there. So I'm telling you, man, it will have to be factual or folks going to face charges. So all I'm saying is that when you hear all this stuff and you look at it, all of it, and you put it together and you ask yourself, where does this leave us? How does this benefit us as a political group? Does it bring us together or does it drive a wedge between us? Does this encourage more young people to come on in? They keep talking about the young Democrats, young Democrats, young Democrats. Okay. I don't know what kind of young Democrats y'all working with, but I can't see young people looking at this and telling themselves, well, wait a minute. You see a bunch of these old heads, right? I can't see no real young person, me personally speaking, seeing all these old folks riffing with each other and telling themselves, well, we gonna still, yeah, we gonna still write it out. I think the young people need to pull as far as way possible from all them old cats and connect with the Barbados National Congress. Yeah, you said it. Real thing, man. Real thing. Different program altogether. Shout out to Fade, by the way. Big shout out to Fade. Massive shout out to Fade, man. That's what's up. And Fade collaborators, man. Yeah, Fade. That's right. Barbados National Congress, man. Putting in the work. Like, I give thanks to all of you. Shout out to Black Lion. Shout out to the Agriculture Initiative. Shout out to Sankofa University. We already know what time it is, man. Shout out to the family. Straight up. We ain't got no party. We don't have no party. We are a family, man. That's what's up. One nation, one region, one world. That's what we're dealing with. So all that other stuff, y'all could keep. Straight up. Liu said them had a chance when they had Verla. You missed the first part of this. It said Verla was a chihuahua between a pit bull and a Rottweiler. That's right. BNC, Barbados National Congress. I keep telling y'all, man, don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. Family, love is love. We up out of here. I ain't going to stick up because we came in a little late, but I definitely got some things that are very urgent I got to go and deal with. And that's just it. That's just it. We're going to go deal with that right now. Shout out to the brethren, Corey. I gotta say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. But most strength to you and your family, straight up. So yeah, that's what's up. Having said that, wait, hold up. Phone line was ringing. It said good night, Aya. I see you, man. The line was left open. The link. Did I put the link up? I think I put the link up. I know y'all be, man. I be knowing, man. But go tell a friend and tell a friend. BLP members briefing versus town hall meeting. My review. That's just my thoughts. That's my thoughts, man. I'm gonna say it again for those who might have tuned in late. All I'm saying is that if Ralph Thorne is truly the leader he's saying he is, to lead the opposition. If Ronnie is the president, well, / leader, to lead who he's saying the Democratic Party that picked him, there's certain things that leaders do. And I give thanks to my elders who would have displayed leadership qualities to me going and coming. Shout out to Uncle Erskine, man. Giant. Big giant. Shout out to Aunt Rose, man. Shout out to all the elders in my reality, both past, present. Because shout out to all the other ones as well, because I stay in the company of good elders, man. And I recognize a few things about leadership. And right now, y'all need to step up, man. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Straight up. Y'all need to step up. Anyhow, having said that, we are, oh, and just in case you were not sure what you were watching.
Real news for the people in real time.
Yes, you're watching real news for the people in real time. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You were watching.
Greetings, family. This is Indra, and you are watching Politically Incorrect. Politically Incorrect. Yeah. Politically Incorrect. Real news for the people in real time. Politically incorrect. Now you're playing reality from the matter. Royal elect, it's time to get in place for real news for the people in real time.
Time. I like how that was revert. Yeah, that's cool. Listen, family, it said brother was used to clean up the image and never intended her to lead the party into election. That's cruel, Rosemary. That is cruel. That is not true. Verla was trying her best to do her best. Straight up. But I'll be honest, I think Verla has many qualities. Many qualities. In fact, she had displayed them over the years, advocating for things that a lot of people didn't want to touch. She has great stand-ins and great ideas, initiatives. However, I would say, you can't send a lamb to do a lion's job, man. And I don't know if she has that fierceness in her to be that when it's necessary. I don't know. I don't know her that personally to know that. But I've always seen her being very diplomatic, and diplomacy has always been first, and I agree. But on the front line, you got to learn how to push in the clutch, man, because things change real fast, man. So that's just what it is. She did try hard, but the men of the party wouldn't want her to lead. Yeah, and again, you see, that's, if she can't, like I said, there may be time when she got to have to step that up to another level, or a couple notches, and, bottom of the ninth, man, this is home run time. You can't be trying to steal a base unless, you got a bigger plan, man. You got to be hitting these balls out the arena, straight up. So that's what's up. Anyhow, family, like I said, man, we gonna take it to another level. I'll see y'all on Wednesday, and I'll make an announcement then for sure. In the meantime, I'll work on it. But yeah, we are special guests last week. Shout out again to our special guests. Y'all already know who didn't know last week. We got disconnect. Couldn't tell you. Oh man, they be trying, but it's all good. That was anyhow. Don't worry about that. Here we're going on. I got a tune to play real quick. We got a new anthem, and Jackie said she like it, so that's what's up. So we gonna switch gears real quick right here. You're gonna push in the clutch on this, and we're gonna rock it like this, family, like this for sure.
We all can make it if we come together.
Come together time, family.
If we come together,
Let's come together time, family.
we can make it work. If we come together and make it work. Telling you that we can make it work.
Ralph Torn, man.
Be more realistic
Dr. Ronnie Yearwood, man.
and make it work.
I'm sorry, Dr. Ronnie Yearwood, man.
You see, too much of the slack is idle business.
Save the DLP, Doctor.
Reality,
Save the DLP, Dr. Ronnie.
justice, sing songs that bring memories.
Ralph Torn.
We can make it work if we come together
They got to file a motion here, man.
and make it work.
Dismiss the division, man.
We
Motion to dismiss.
make it work.
Motion to dismiss the division. Man.
Together, we can make it work.
Submit the unity papers, man.
Too much of the jump up,
Yes.
too many of the wine and stuff. Too much of the fine for your matey. Soon one day you're gonna run out of luck. So we can make it work. And if we come together,
Listen to the message, family.
and let the music work,
Let the vibe take you somewhere, man.
telling you that we
One consciousness, family.
can make it work.
One Barbados, family.
We come together, we can make it work.
Forward movements, man.
We gotta break it up, shake it up.
Save the youths, man.
We gotta break it up, shake it up, and make it up
The youths from themselves, man.
for the younger generation. So
You don't want the KKK in Barbados.
we can make it work. And if we come
You
together,
don't want the KKK.
we can make it work.
Kids killing kids.
Now we can make it work. Be more realistic and make it work. We gotta work it out, work it out. We gotta work it out, work it out. We gotta get them out, get them out. We gonna get them out, get them out. You see, too much of this like it's the business. We need
Time to get them out.
too much of the jump up,
To get them out, man.
too much of the wine and stuff. Too much of the fine for your matey.
Them out. Get them out.
Run out.
Get them out.
So we can make it work if we come together and make it work. Sing it out, we can make it work.
Get rid of the bad apples, man.
Come together and make it work. You've got to
Bottom line, man. Bottom line. Let that one roll again, though, Jackie, a little bit later. But on that note, family, Haile Selassie first, Empress Reserve Menin. Y'all already know is the one perfect balance, man. Straight up, man. You say you're right. You're right. It's very hard to survive in politics with your integrity. Well, here's the best part. It might be hard, but it's worth it. And that's why the priest is always smarter than the thief. Let her run the route, family. One Barbados here. Straight up, man. Watch how things turn around. Watch it. Mark my word, man. Because, again, they both say they're leaders and they're supposed to be leaders of the DLP. Again, I might neck of the words, but I free. I go wherever I choose. But I'm going to say this, man. If y'all really about the people that y'all say you're about, right? Remember one thing, because both y'all keep quoting scriptures. I'm going to tell you this one. Unity is of God, right? Division is of the devil. Rastafari, straight up. Y'all have a peaceful, upful, and joyful night. And let that tune play again. Somebody please send this tune. In fact. Yeah. Tell a friend, man. Let them know I said it, man. I out, family.
We all can make it
Make it work, man.
if we come together. If we come together, we can make it work. If we come together and make it work, telling you that we can make it work. Be more realistic and make it work. You see, too much of the slack is idle business. We need to see more reality. Open the people eyes to truth and justice. Sing songs that bring memory so we can make it work. If we come together and make it work, I'm telling you that we can make it work. And if we come together, we can make it work. You see, too much of the jump up, too many of the wine and stuff. Too much of the pine for your matey. Soon one day you're gonna run out of love, so we can make it work. And if we come together and let the music work, Lord of mercy, telling you that we can make it work. If we come